question. Hi, Dawn. First of all, hi, Dawn. For people who don't know, Dawn Melton records a Westworld podcast with a really awesome co-host. That's me. And we're going through a rewatch right now, and it's pretty great. So anyway, hi, Dawn. I have a Honeywell Lyric, and it works well, but I don't think I'm using its full capabilities like geofencing support. Do you use any of these fancy pants proximity behaviors with your systems? First of all, nice work with the technical jargon. I use two fancy pants proximity behaviors. The first is the one I described earlier where that light comes on when I come home, if it's dark. And then the second is with the Ecobee, because I have an Ecobee thermostat. And it has these little sensors that are super cute and pretty unobtrusive, so you can just sort of put them in whatever part of the house you're in. And they will mark, they have like a sensor state of occupied or unoccupied. And so we sat down and walked through the settings for each of the sensors. It comes with 3 sensors, so you can get a pretty good idea, you know, where it comes with 3 outpost sensors. They're these little white things. I'll show you one in a second. I'll go over there and pick it up. And the thermostat itself is also a sensor. And so you can monitor all of that in the app, which is easy to use. Big points for Ecobee for that. And the sensors will note occupied or unoccupied. And what we did was walked through the settings and went, well, yeah, for example, we have one in the bedroom to monitor the bedroom overnight. But the rest of the time, the bedroom is unoccupied. So when the bedroom's unoccupied, like, I don't care what temperature it is. I don't care if it's too hot. I don't care if it's too cold. I don't care until about 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Then you should start paying attention to what temperature it is there, because I want it to be the right temperature when I go to sleep. And I do care about what temperature it is in the office, for example. So there's a sensor in there because I'm in there all day, generally. I'm out here in case I want to show off some of the home automation that happens out here. And those things are important because you can use them to equalize the temperature, and I really like having the opportunity to make sure that I'm monitoring like just the temperature in the office. Like I said, during the day I don't care what temperature it is in the bedroom. And it feels like it's made a difference in our bill. We've also done some other sorts of things that have helped mitigate some of the cost of keeping the house hot or keeping the house cool, depending. And we don't have an air conditioner, so I'm usually at the mercy of the weather. And there's a certain amount of that I have to do on my own, regardless of how much sensing or anything like that I'm able to do. So I do use those, and one of the reasons that I like the Ecobee over other stuff is that it will sense the temperature in a bunch of other places. And then one of the things that I have that works in conjunction with that is just up there. You can see the vent, and that vent is called a Keen vent, a Keen Home Smart Vent. And what's cool about the Keen Home Smart Vent is that it's got a little battery pack in it, and again, you can run it with your phone. And it works in conjunction with the Ecobee, so they work together. So you can tell it, I want this room to always be 70 degrees. And so when the room I'm sitting in gets to be 70 degrees, the vents, there's one up there, there's one back there, the vents will close, and then all of the heat that the furnace is generating is going to other rooms that are less warm. So then when those rooms get to whatever temperature they're supposed to be, those vents close too, or if everything's the right temperature, then the furnace shuts off. And that's another thing that we did in the winter to keep things on a much better temperature spectrum, I guess. Because we had one sensor on the old thermostat. We had just the thermostat, which was on the middle level of the house, and that level is so big, and it was so hard to get it warm when heat was coming through all of the vents. The bedroom would end up being 76 degrees, 78 degrees. It would be terrible, and it still wouldn't even be a comfortably warm room temperature on the middle level. So the furnace is working overtime, and my bedroom is too hot to sleep in, but the middle level, like, I still have to wear a sweater all the time, but only on the middle level. And if I go down in the basement, like, the basement's nice and toasty, the middle level is sort of, is totally the wrong temperature, and then, it's way too hot upstairs. So this helped a lot with being able to equalize some of those temperatures, because my house is sort of weird when it comes to airflow. and made a lot of difference. So that was pretty great. I'm going to go ahead and